Hey guys, thogden here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, first things first, the shirts. The Thogdad shirts on the screen now. They're not coming out till Wednesday, 8 PM. We're going to delay it a little bit. Fingers crossed England could beat Germany. We're going to be predicting that game and every other round of 16 knockout stage games today with Thogdad. How you doing?
Hey, I'm missing the football, but I cannot wait for the next round of this tournament, hey Theo. And because of that, let's have 10,000 likes, please.
If we could smash 10k likes, that would mean the world. And maybe one day I will cough it up and finally get the Foden trim. It's not happening until he scores. That's something. If he scores the winner against Germany, maybe I'll take it back.
Waffle, 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 but straight into the first game, which is Wales against Denmark. And I tell you about Wales, they were semi-finalists at Euro 2016. The last 16 competitive games, Theo, they've only lost 2. Can Wales do it?
Hey, Dad, never underestimate the Welsh. That's my famous last words until all the Welsh fans roasted me for saying, but I'm going to put them in 4th place.
Wow.
Knocked out at the group stages. I'm sorry, Wales fans. Denmark have absolutely smashed their group after the last game. They've been through more as a nation than anybody else in this competition. And the fact they've come through to the knockout stages is really impressive.
It is. Now, they lost the first 2 games and then won the third and got through. And no one's ever done that before. And let's not forget, Theo, they won this in 1992.
Yeah.
It was Danish pastries all round. What's going to happen here, Theo?
Wales 1, Denmark 2. And I think it's going to be a Mikkel Damsgaard masterclass. If you don't know, get to know.
And I reckon Wales are going to win this 2-1. There's going to be dancing and singing and beer drinking in the valleys. Come on, Wales, 2-1.
The way Denmark cleared out Russia 4-1 in the last game, I just had to back them. So we disagree on the first game.
Italy against Austria at Wembley. What a game. I think I might go to it. Now, Italy unbeaten in 30. The last 11 games, they've won 2-0. And get this, Theo. This is a Thogdad fact coming up.
Go on.
I just forgot it. Italy won all 3 games at the group stage, didn't concede a goal. That's never happened before.
Ever. It's never happened
Never
ever.
happened before.
You're telling me no one's ever won all 3 of their games and not conceded?
Correct.
Don't underestimate Austria. They've got Marko Arnautovic, who's a scary geezer, and on his day, he can be unstoppable. Behind him, you've got Marcel Sabitzer. Alaba's always a threat. There's a team there.
They are a decent team, and they got to the semi-final of the World Cup in 1954. Italy are going to win this.
How do you know these
2-0.
facts? I'm going to go Italy 1-0. Immobile will get the goal.
Netherlands against the Czech Republic in Budapest. Netherlands, the top scorers with 8 goals, and they always score 2+ goals there.
Yeah.
Surely they're going to batter the Czech Republic.
They did win every game, but they also had an easy group, and they were blessed with playing their games at home,
Yes.
similar to England. So what can I take from that? Well, it probably means they'll beat Czech Republic in this round of 16 game. But when they play a big game against someone difficult, which could be England, potentially around the semi-final, that's when they're really going to be tested. But you're right, Dad. They've got a great side. Wijnaldum and Depay, they're impressing. Dumfries has been smashing it. I'm going to back them to win 2-0. But don't underestimate Czech Republic. They do have a good side. Patrick Schick, they've got their own award. Goal of the tournament.
Absolutely. The Czech Republic battered the Scots, but otherwise I thought they were average.
What's your score prediction, Dad?
I'm going for 2-0 to the Netherlands. Belgium against Portugal in Sevilla. I think this could have been the final. Now, Belgium, of course, 3rd at the World Cup, playing Portugal, who won this tournament 5 years ago. What's going to happen here, Theo?
This is the game of the tournament.
Yeah.
The fact we've got such a cracker in the round of 16, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be live streaming this, so make sure you're subscribed and notifications on.
Theo, the last 5 meetings between these 2 countries, guess who hasn't won a single game?
Portugal.
Belgium.
What?
Absolutely right. Now, Belgium are the favourites, but they're not very good against Portugal. That Cristiano Ronaldo bloke, I don't know if you've heard of him, 109 goals, Theo, internationally. I think that's a record. If he could just get one more, he's going for the golden boot, isn't he?
He's done more than what people expect of him. He might get that golden boot. He's 36. Defensively, they've been shaky.
Yes.
But Ronaldo's been making up for that. Both these teams don't have great defenses, so I'm actually thinking this could be a very high-scoring game. It's Lukaku versus Ronaldo, but there's another battle in this game.
Go on.
De Bruyne versus Bruno.
Oh, yeah.
City United, we've always talked about this, comparing the two. And they're facing off internationally in a knockout stage at the Euros. I can't wait.
It's going to be amazing, and I think the difference is Kevin De Bruyne. And this could easily be a 3-2, but I'm going with 2-1 to Belgium.
2-1 to Belgium. That is mental. I've got a completely different prediction. I think there's going to be goals galore. I think there'll be more goals in this than any other knockout game. I'm going to go for a 2-2. okay?
Wow.
Which goes to extra time, because obviously that can do now. And I think Belgium will score a winner in extra time and knock out the Portuguese, unfortunately. And this is such a 50-50 game.
Croatia against Spain in Copenhagen. This promises to be a great game. And did you see Modric, who, by the way, looks nothing like Gale from Coronation Street? Did you see him against Scotland? What a masterclass that was.
It was a great game. Modric, outside of the foot, deluxe finish to knock out the Scots as well. And coming into this game, it's not going to be easy against Spain. They haven't lost yet. 2 draws and a win, and it was a big win. It was their last game, 5-0 versus Slovakia. But Slovakia defensively in that looked useless. And Spain, I'm not convinced by them yet.
No, Slovakia were hopeless. And what about that Dubravka own goal? I could not believe it.
Dubravka's usually brilliant as well. Like, we've seen him do so well for Newcastle.
Never bet against Croatia. But having said that, Spain 2, Croatia 1.
Wow. I'm going to go different. I wrote down Spain 2-1. But I feel like going different would make this a bit more interesting. This will be 1-1 at full time. It'll be a Modric goal again, okay? And for Spain, I'll go Ferran Torres. And then in extra time, I'm thinking Croatia are going to win it, like they did against England.
France against Switzerland in Bucharest. France fans don't go to Budapest by mistake. Some of them did. Did you hear about that?
No, I had no idea.
That is brilliant. But France, we know that they are the World Cup winners. They fancy this tournament. But they weren't amazing, were they, in the second and third games at the group stage?
No, they weren't. They were underwhelming, I would say, considering a team that just won the World Cup. They don't look like the outstanding winners. I feel like a team on their day could knock out France. Is that Switzerland? Probably not. I don't think they're good enough. But I still think on their day, anything can happen. I don't think France will win the Euros.
Wow, but Switzerland have got Shaqiri. Shaqiri got a couple of great goals. And they've also got Zuba, who got 3 assists in one game. I wonder if that's ever been done before.
I know.
Could this be a tense kind of 0-0 going into the 80th minute? Late Swiss bullet header. What do you reckon?
Well, yeah, they've got Shaqiri.
Yeah.
On their day, he scores a screamer.
Yeah.
Benzema, he's a real danger.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
He scored 2 last game. He's now scored 4 braces in the last 6 international games that he's scored in. Mbappe's still due a big game.
Yes,
he's looked good, but he's not had a goal or an assist. So maybe he'll just take this game into his own hands. I'm going to go France 3, Switzerland 1. Because they are favourites, I am going to back them. And they do have the talent. What do you reckon?
I'm just going to go France to win 2-0. There is too much quality in that France team. And now it's England against Germany at Wembley Stadium. It's the 1966 World Cup final, but with better goal line technology. Oh my goodness, where do we start here, Theo? Who's going to win this one?
Germany. Let's speak about them first. Give them the respect. They've come out the group of death. But if Hungary held them out in that last game and it ended 2-1... we'd be playing Hungary right now.
Yes.
Germany would have been knocked out Euro 2020. Does that give you confidence to see that they even struggled to secure a point against them to even make it to the knockouts?
Yes, but they showed that they could wear them down. They got the goal eventually.
They did.
Germany in 2 of the games were poor. In one of the games, they were absolutely superb. There's a lot of talent in that German team.
There is.
And I predicted them to go to the finals, Theo.
You do. I think whoever wins this will play in the final against France. But I don't know who's going to win it. I think it's so 50-50. The fact the game's at Wembley does definitely benefit England, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, let's give England some respect. They didn't concede a goal in 3 games, Theo.
Yeah.
And that is quite brilliant. Now, I know a lot of people are criticising Southgate. Believe it or not, Southgate out there shouting, we've just won the group.
We have 7
How can you be
points.
Southgate out?
Unbeaten. You've got to back the gaffer in small, short tournaments. It's just unfair. I think it's just because we're England and everyone's got expectations that go through the roof. We've got to back the manager and back the tactics. I don't know how we're going to line up against Germany, but it's going to be a thriller of a game.
England have got the lowest XA along with Italy in the group. They're very good defensively. This is going to be a low-scoring, tight game. I don't think it's going to be a classic, Theo.
Let me ask you, Dad, from all the matches we played against Germany when it mattered over the years, what's your history of how we play against England?
I can remember being in a pub in St. Petersburg, dancing with strangers as we won 5-1 against Germany. That is one of the best memories of my life.
Even Heskey scored. But Dad, what happened the last time we played them at a World Cup?
Theo, please don't. I was in a pub in Putney. Lampard put the ball that far over the line, and the referee did not see that. Honestly, I want to wipe that memory from my memory bank.
Do you think that can happen again? can Germany wipe out England?
No, they can't.
I can't see
this will be a very tight game.
It will be it's going to be one goal either way.
Yes.
And it wouldn't surprise me if it ends 0-0 and goes extra time, because I think both teams are very good defensively.
Yes.
And I've heard Southgate might be changing to a back five to face Germany's back five, and that's got a 1-0 or a 0-0 written all over it, doesn't it?
Right, I'm going to go straight to my prediction.
Seriously?
At full time, this is going to be 1-1. After 120 minutes, 1-1. It goes to penalties, and the winners of this game are Germany.
You're lying. You're so negative. Dad.
I'm sorry. I just think that's what's going to happen.
Is this the whole Germans never lose at penalties thing?
Yes.
And it won't change?
No.
England won our last penalty shootout against Colombia, mate.
Theo, what's your prediction?
I'm going to give a proper prediction, Thog Dad. I'm going to back England to win this game 1-0. And Harry Kane is finally going to score in the Euro 2020 tournament against the Germans to win us at Wembley and to go through to the quarterfinals.
And finally, Sweden against the Ukraine at Hampden Park. One of these teams is going through to the last day. And I tell you what, Sweden are playing really, really good football, Theo.
They are. Emil Forsberg.
Yeah.
He's scored like 3 goals now. He's smashing it. People who have got him in Euro Fantasy, I'll give you credit for that.
Yeah, well, massive respect to Ukraine for getting this far. But I think Sweden are better organised. They're slightly better than the Ukraine. It's going to be close. 2-1 Sweden.
Well, Dad, they ended above Spain, so they have to be a decent team. I think this is going to be 1-1. It's going to go all the way to penalties. And I think Ukraine are going to win it.
Wow.
I think Ukraine are going to turn up.
Wow, you're saying that because you're half Russian. You're supporting your Ukrainian brothers, aren't you?
Pretty much. Yarmolenko, Yaremchuk masterclass. 10,000 likes. We want that, so let's smash it. Make sure you subscribe to us for more Euro 2020 updates. We're going to be going live. We're going to be doing predictions. We're going to be getting loads of guests on. Make sure you stay tuned for it. And most of all, comment down below your prediction for any of the games. But I want you to talk about England, Germany, because let's start a discussion in the comments. You're going to be responding, aren't you, Dad?
Absolutely. Come on, England.